Hello YouTube, this is Jewel Monkey here, bringing you Ribbon of Green. I've never played this visual novel, but I felt like I should try something different, because right now I've stopped posting Need for Speed, and that's due to a corruption tapped with my computer, so I had to start all over again. So that's why I haven't been really updating anything. Alright guys, let's start. I'm sorry for everything. These words are meaningless. No matter how many times I try to say them, ultimately they remain worthless. Damn, the more I say them, the more worthless they sound. Diluted, tasteless, just like juice syrup with too much water. Waiting, waiting, waiting. That's what I'm doing right now, just sitting here and waiting. It's almost pathetic. I can point at myself and laugh at my misery. The wind shoving dirt onto my face is the one thing that jolted me back to reality. Reality. The reality that lies here in this old, dilapidated playground. Nighttime. So blissful, so calm, so free. The wind rustles through the leaves. At the edge of the playground, one can hear the soft crestling of an age-worn swing. On the swing sits a girl who blended in so well with the scenery of the night that one would have noticed without looking at her directly. Her hands grip the rope of the old swing, and her neatly combed black hair tonsils in the wind. The ropes are cold, but my hands are colder. The tighter my grip on these frayed ropes get, the more thin strings dig into the walls of my hand. I can feel no pain, still my lips purse instinctively and I wince. Letting go slowly, I wipe my cold hands onto my stockings. Thank goodness blood does not show up well on a piece of fabric with a shade as dark as this. Oh shit, I just now, damn. If you can't tell from the recording, the palms of her hands look as though they've been cut. My palms continue to bleed. Regret overwhelms me, but for an entirely different reason. If I leave stains on the ground, it's going to be troublesome. Folding my arms on my lap, I sigh. I can barely feel the cold, hard wood that I am sitting on. Yet in the middle of this abnormal playground, I continue to wait. Speaking of which, when was the last time I've sat on the swing? It must have been a lifetime ago. Back when I was still an innocent, happy child. There is nothing to worry about, no dark future lying in wait for me. No darkness, no pain. Just the calm notes of serenity melting into pure joy. How I miss those days. Now, if I abandon the lingering feelings of remorse, I can simply submerge myself onto the sweet, sweet nostalgia. After all, there's no more future ahead of me anymore. But even then, there is still the past that I continue to cling to. If I do not settle this today, I will feel sorry forever. That's why there's nothing to do but to wait. Here alone, accompanied by nothing but the desolate whistling wind. Nighttime. All children have curfews. If you're below 18, your parents would expect you to get home by a certain time. That is normal, after all. Nobody can predict what kind of trouble a youngster can get into at this time of night. Thus, the sight of this young brunette sprinting her way home at such a late hour suddenly sends many groups of adults plucking their tongues and shaking their heads. She's hardly just trying to get home as fast as possible, though, as she slows her pace after passing the board of beer-drinking old men. Horde! When she is certain that she is out of sight from the pointing or gossiping of other people, she lets out a small sigh and continues walking. Slowly. Deep in thought. Wow, this music's a bumper. You know what? There are two kinds of people that I hate most in this world. I dislike hypocrites, and I also dislike people who use others. But the funny thing is that I'm both. I guess it's just the kind of person I am. I treat others badly, but I expect to be treated better. Whatever you call it, self-righteousness and knowing that's me. Well, I guess I can't help it now. The girl sighs again, raising a hand to massage her sore neck. The wind is not being very friendly to her hair and clothes either. Thankfully, her practical but plain hair clips kept most of it out of her face, but the tangled mess of chestnut brown hair at the back of her neck hardly feels comfortable. When I first found myself in such a state, I cried, I lamented, I screamed, I cursed everyone in the world. Even then, I knew it was all my own damn fault. Yes, yet time heals, and I realize that I possibly can't look behind. After all that's happened, the future looks bleak, but comparing it to the past makes it look even bleaker. Thus, eventually, I shunned away anything that reminded me of my past. That's the kind of coward I am, still knowing that despite the kind of person I am, it's the only way I can keep a grasp on reality. Even until now, I will never admit I'm sorry, because I'm this kind of self-righteous idiot who'd rather die than say something like this. Slowly, she approaches the old, worn playground. Her glazed eyes shows a person who has lost all hope at the tender age of 17. She does not know how long she has been walking. I'm fixing this damn sound issue, goddammit. 1, 2. Cool. There we go. Everything has just been routine to her. Nothing about her seems like a girl who's excited at the prospect of reaching home. Darkness reigns. Most children fear darkness at some point. Certainly this girl shouldn't have been any different. I can't speak English. Thinking about those days when I was young and scared of the dark makes me really want to grimace. I'm still young and I know it, but right now I feel old and useless. Certainly, half of her life is already gone. I feel like half of my life is already gone. Is that because of the fact that I no longer go to school? Now, don't get me wrong, I wasn't expelled or anything. In fact, I was accepted by a Republic Polytechnic. But I rejected, and with that, I let go of my entire life. In the end, I really was just a coward. I couldn't hold on to my own existence. I didn't want to go to a polytechnic. Throughout my secondary school years, I studied with nothing but the intention of going to a good junior college. Failing that, there would be no future. In this society, academic success is all you fight for. Without it, all is lost. She must have known that too as she sways in the wind, as if she could lose her footing any second. Hope, longing, ambition. All is no more.
Now that I think about it, it's my birthday today, isn't it?
I feel no joy. When I celebrated my birthday last year, what did I feel? I was happy. I celebrated with my family and friends, didn't I? Now it feels like a lifetime ago. It's a strange feeling. Misery, perhaps? She stops, dead in her tracks. She looks down, tangled hair whirling, biting her lips in frustration. Angry at herself for being miserable, angry at herself for being angry at herself. What am I thinking? I must learn to accept. This is the path I've chosen. There's no way I can possibly regret it now, after I've come so far. It might not be very pleasant, but I'm gradually learning to get used to it. Working as an assistant at a food stall isn't that bad. My parents can scream at me as much as they want, but it's fine now. They should have learned to expect something like this before they have come to have such high expectations, ones I could never fulfill. I won't say I'm sorry, because I'm a rotten person like that.
Ignoring an old friend now, are we?
The plot thickens.
That's not very nice, Clarice.
Clarice? I see her. Sitting on the old wooden swing is a girl my age. Her hair sways in the wind. So does the green ribbon around her collar.
I had a hunch you'd take the long route home. I wasn't wrong.
Her.
You?
How are you, Clarice?
My stomach churns when I see Hanaru? Whatever. Out of all the people I could have run into on the way home, why does it have to be her? I really don't want to see her right now. As annoyed as I may be feeling right now, I can't help but feel a little uncomfortable. Why? There's something wrong with Hanyu today. As compared to the usual Hanyon, she seems a bit distant somehow. Her skin looks pale and malnourished as compared to the last time I've seen her. There's blood on the hands that are gripping the ropes of the oat swing. Her general figure also seems distorted. I avert my eyes, unwilling to ask her about the wounds on her palms. She jumps off the swing and approaches me. A smile is wide, as always, on her face.
What do you want?
That isn't how you greet an old friend.
Well, sorry for not feeling very sociable.
I am angry. I am angry at her for trying to look for me. I am angry that she doesn't have better things to do with her life than to talk to someone like me. That is what I feel, but really, deep down, I really just don't want to see her. She is my friend from secondary school, and arguably the cause of my giving up. That is why I'd rather be anywhere else but with her.
What are you doing here? It's late. Why aren't you at home? Don't you have homework, projects, sleep to catch up on?
Ooh.
Clarice,
You're up to something.
I'm not. I just want to talk to you.
I knew it. I knew she wouldn't give up. I clenched my fists.
Hey, Clarice, why aren't you going to school anymore?
Again and again. Ever since I declared that I would leave, she's been pestering me over and over again. It wasn't that I found her desperate attempts to convince me annoying. It was painful somehow, because I know that she's doing this merely out of sympathy and guilt, and I deserve neither of those. She may think it's her fault, but it's not. It's mine.
It's my fault, isn't it? Back then, we were best friends. Yet I was better than you in everything. I had higher grades, the teachers liked me more. I neglected you. I should have helped, but I didn't. That was why, wasn't it?
Certainly, what she says isn't completely wrong. I've always been quite the introvert. Hanning was my best friend and my only friend. Yet she was in so many ways superior to me. I was angry, jealous, and upset. In the end, she aced her examinations and was accepted to a highly distinguished junior college. Wow, what did I get? Nothing.
That's why. You can blame me for everything.
Woo!
I know it's my fault. But I don't want you to lose your entire future because of me.
That's not it.
Eh?
It was my fault, I'm sure. Honey knows it too. That's why I don't think I deserve to have Honey put so much effort in to convince me. Otherwise, I can't remember when, but I know it happened. Once we were best friends. What went wrong? Everything did. We were once real friends, I think. Once we really did care. I did care. But then we slowly drifted apart in that dark and deserted ocean of studies. Studies. Both of us wanted to ace everything. However, compared to her, I was lazy, impatient. Thus, instead of a friend, I ended up treating her as an encyclopedia, a question and answer machine. I forgot about the friendship we used to have, and I made no attempt to revive it either.
Hey, Ewan, can I borrow your notebook?
Ewan? Alright, YouTube, I'll be right back.